everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Walk. My name's Gareth, and today I'm in the Manifold Valley, the stunning Manifold Valley in Staffordshire. I'm here to take a look at the remains of Throwley Old Hall. Now, Throwley Old Hall was built in 1503, but it's sat abandoned since the early 1800s. It was once the seat of the Meverall family. It ties into Henry VIII, into Thomas Cromwell. But what I'm hoping to do is go even further back than 1503, go all the way back to 1203, because actually there was another hall there, a medieval hall, that sat in the middle of a village. Now that village, for some reason, during the 1300s, was abandoned. But I'm hoping that doesn't mean there's no remains to be found. Beautiful Manifold Valley. It's so stunning around here. There's lambing as well, so you'll hear loads of sheep baaing. Now you can just see that in the distance there. That is amazing for one, but that's Throwley Old Hall, and like I say, that was built in 1503. Now 1503 is amazing, but we can go way earlier than that. So in the year 1203, Olivier de Meverall, which I'm assuming, de Meverall, it's French sounding, isn't it? So I'm assuming that's a throwback to the Norman conquests. He built a manor here, and it was in the middle of a village. Now I'm hoping there's some medieval remains. Oh wow. Mate, lambs are just the cutest things in the world. I can't quite cope with that. Hey buddy. Oh mate, I really want you to come and say hello, but I don't want your mum to, you know, run and fly and headbutt me. So Olivier de Meverall builds the original hall in 1203, and at that point it's surrounded by other houses, medieval houses, a village. For some reason that disappears. Around about the 1300s, that's gone, but the hall is left, and it's handed down throughout the de Meverall family for about 300 years or so. And then Samson de Meverall builds this incredible structure that we can see now. Now Samson de Meverall was Constable of England, which is one hell of a title to be given, because the de Meverall family were pretty significant anyway, at least in Derbyshire and in Staffordshire. But Constable of England, that's serious. Now the reason Samson de Meverall was given that title was he scrapped with the French, he went to war with the French 11 times in 2 years. Which, for me, that's some anger management, isn't it? There we go. Throwley Old Hall. So you can get right up to it. That's amazing. It's even got like a little notice board, hopefully with an old picture. Now, there's another hall beyond it. That was built in the 1830s. And so, at that point, this place was basically ruined, partly intentionally. And then there was another bit left, which I think someone lived in up until around about 1877. And that's the bit that remains now. So there we go. So that's what it looked like. So I'm assuming that's kind of when, early 1800s, then that image. Does it actually say when that photo was from? No, it doesn't seem to. Oh, mate. That's an incredible structure. What a secret though, because I didn't even know this was here. Now, this is quite interesting, and it might actually answer the question as to what happened to the medieval village, because as you can see, this is surrounded by walls. Now at the moment, they're just a regular, wall. It just looks like it's a wall that would go around any field, to be honest, anywhere in the Manifold Valley. But actually, that is just the bottom of it, basically. So what it was an enormously high wall that went way up, way up, way up. And the same with these around here. and even this one there that drops off, they all came way up. Reason being, when Samson de Meverall built this incarnation in 1503, it was already a deer park, so it was basically for hunting, so it had these enormously high walls to obviously keep the animals enclosed in this area. Now I'm wondering if that solves the riddle of the medieval village, that actually the de Meverall family cleared them out, cleared out the villagers so that they could basically have a hunting area. Remember, that's what happened with the Highland clearances up in Scotland. This is just unreal. What a little secret this is. Oh, mate. Right, I'm going to try and look around as much as I can. Hang on, here's another board. Let's have a look what's on this one. Throwley Old Hall. Oh, it's just similar pictures. I'm guessing the other one there's just replaced this one then. What a location though, mate. Imagine that. If you're upstairs in the bedroom, just waking up in the morning. Do you know what I mean? You could think of worse places to live. So let's go in here then. Oh, mate. Wow, it's even got a bit of wood look sticking out. Is that lead? It is lead, isn't it? It's a sheet of lead there. So there would have been a fireplace up there in the top. Oh, mate. What an incredible structure. Oh, what is this here? Is this stairs? Or is that another fire? Oh, that's another fireplace, look. Oh, mate. I was just about to say there's loads of fireplaces, but I suppose there was no central heating, was there? So you'd literally have a fire in each room. And in fact, if it was a big room, I guess you'd probably have 2 or 3 or even more fires, you know, in a great hall. There you go, look at that. That's even better. That's even better preserved, that, isn't it? Oh, wow. So that would have been a turret there, though, look. Well, it still is, isn't it? Let's have it right, it's still there. Now, I think I might have spotted some of the medieval stuff, but I'm going to save that to the end. And let's come into the main, if I don't blind you. Oh, my goodness me. I'm just climbing in through the window. Oh, look at that. Another fireplace. Fireplace. This is unreal. Oh, what an incredible piece of history. Now, I'm wondering if this was the kitchen. I mean, that's a big old fireplace, isn't it? You can imagine them having a pig on a spit in that. Oh, mate, talking of big... Oh, wow. This is incredible. Sorry if I've just blinded you. This is an absolutely unbelievable find. I'm literally buzzing. It's honestly, and it's so unbelievably preserved. And the location, everything about it, mate. So I'm wondering if this is the entrance here. I bet it is. I wonder if they had an arch. Yeah, look at this. Wondering if this was like a grand entrance. So you'd have come up here, up those stairs, bosh. Oh, mate. The fact that it's still got the ironwork look inside the windows as well, that in itself is incredible. Mate. Right, what's down this bit? Let's have a look down here. So as I said, this was in the de Meverall family for absolute generations. Eventually, through marriage, ending up in the hands of the Cromwells, the great-grandson of Thomas Cromwell, married into the de Meverall family. And obviously, being the man, the de Meveralls took his name. But yeah, Thomas Cromwell, not to be confused with Oliver Cromwell of the English Civil War fame, although he was a relation, he was a descendant. Thomas Cromwell was basically the right-hand man of Henry VIII. He's the one that dealt with the destruction of the monasteries in 1536. He was that guy. Because, you know, Henry wanted to get his leg over, didn't he? Now that's got that slating again, which it had in the house. So I'm assuming that, see, would have been part of this massive wall. Now, I think these are some remains going back even further, going back to medieval times maybe. Let's have a look, what's going on in here? Oh, hang on. There's literally trees growing up over the wall. Yeah, I think that's older, but it's pretty hard to tell. So let's have a look then. If this is a village, there's going to be remains all around. So let's keep our eyes peeled and see. Now what's coming down here? There's more stonework here, isn't there? Look, there's loads, and there's more down there as well. That's going to be the village, isn't it? Look, you can see all that stonework. That's where the village is going to be, here. Look, again, walls. Oh, mate, this is insane. Just spotted that as well. I wonder if that was a well. I mean, it's a perfect circle, isn't it? Unless it's fallen off something. Could have been a well there, maybe. In fact, given where we are, it wouldn't shock me if it was a lead shaft, to be honest, because this whole area is covered in lead shafts, absolutely covered in them. You know, I was talking about in my last video when I was exploring Belper, I was on that Roman road, and it's like, for me, it's always about the human element, like people's stories, because everyone's got one. Like the structures are incredible, but it's about the people. And I just went to sit down. I sat down on it, and you can see the imprint, look at how many bums are sat on that? You think that's what, 1503 then? We're talking 500 years. 500 years of bums. 500 years of people, different stories, all sorts. That's amazing as well, look. So that would have had beams upon it. It would have been incredible. So that's me, just a quick one in the Manifold Valley. Wow. Throwley Old Hall, incredible. 1503. And I'm pretty sure, you know, some of that stonework, like I say, that I pointed out, I'm pretty sure that's the medieval stuff, I reckon. But, mate, I'm well happy with that. Incredible. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.